Hey, hi guys, how's it hanging? How's it going? Alles goed? Awesome, that's great to hear. This is my upcoming 2015 April 1st, post April 1st to be exact. Top 5 decks that are going to be played in this current format. Coming in at number 5, Clifford. Why Clifford's on the list in the first place? Even though it's been hit to the ground, their effects are still absurd and ridiculously good. It still dies to like a MSD or Fairy Wind or whatever. Fairy Wind and MSDs and Twisters and stuff like that hit the deck a whole lot harder now since they have a whole lot of forgets. So cards like Typhoon, which was kind of a mainstay in a lot of Necross decks, are not going to be seen there much anymore and would be traded in for Royal Decrees. So yeah, I'm sure that's a thing. But the deck can still play a whole bunch of floodgates that can hold back a whole lot of decks nonetheless in the current format. Coming in at number 4, Brunei Abyss. It's a very floaty deck. It floats forever. Tour Guide going to 1 did not really change that much. I guess it would suck a lot if your Tour Guide would happen to get milled in your first mill with Dante, if you couldn't be able to get to add it with Skarm or whatever. But the deck has been modified slightly by adding in maybe Mathematician or an extra Farfa here or there. I think they already played 3, but I mean, what's the extra Libic or something like that? The deck is fine. Coming in at number 3, Tellarknight. Just like a virgin, completely untouched. The deck is pretty consistent on what it does. It maybe seem linear to a whole lot of other players, but if a deck seems linear to you, or it just seems like it does the one thing, that means it's just pretty consistent at what it does. Summon an Exceed. Basically, that's what it does. It's meant to do. It's supposed to summon an Exceed, even if it's not for its own archetype. It's just meant to summon an Exceed. Deneb dies, get Altair gets Deneb gets the next Altair again, until you get the third one that you'll be able to use to get for Vega. So I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff people can be complaining about the deck, but it's good at what it does. Coming in at number 2, Necross. The deck is particularly still good, but there's a whole lot of decks that just kind of hurt the deck in a high regard, which would be like Heroes, Ritual Beast, Burning Abyss to an extent. If they have a good established board with Fire Lakes and stuff like that, it can hit Necross pretty hard if they can't get any Valkyros to protect them, since Burning Abyss can dump a whole lot of monsters on board and hit for nearly 6,500, 75, or even, yes, over 9,000 damage. It is possible for the deck to do so. But you can't really underestimate Necross. Even though their preparation rights and their Brionac has been put to 1, the deck is still pretty good in the format still. And cards like Vanti's Emptiness and Skill Drain have gone down. Well, I mean, they're at 1 now, so the deck can just do what it wants right now, and they can play main deck cards like Effect Veiler and Maxi, and I have seen actually some Necross players actually playing a Mathematician for Farfa, so who knows, it might be times a changing for the Jinlock dot deck. And coming in at number 1, Shuttles. It's kind of like one of the only decks that can like not get punished for running main deck side deck card hate. I'll explain. It's the deck that can kind of have a Peripero in your graveyard, also have a Mistake, which wouldn't be a mistake. I'm so funny. No? Okay, whatever. Run deck Mistake and Artifact Lancia, which would be part of the Artifact engine, which actually is still pretty good. So you can run maybe 1 or 2 Lancias, 1 more attack, and maybe 1 or 2 Scythe with your monster lineup, or maybe 1 Lancia or something. You can just toy around with the numbers and see what works for you. So the deck is still pretty good. It was kind of on the outs of the format, since Vanti's Emptiness and Skill Drain were a pretty predominant thing, and then Necross would just Jinlock you out of nowhere. But it's still a pretty good deck. It's one of my favorite decks. I liked it a lot when I played it, and I hope to see a whole lot of players pick it up pretty soon because it's a really good deck to play. So that's my own top 5. If any of you guys have any of yours, don't forget to leave it in the comment section below, or create a video response or voice recording or whatever, any stuff like that. As most of you know, I have been streaming for this past week. It will be a reoccurring thing, so my schedule will be from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central European summertime, I guess. Or Central Time, or whatever. So basically, keep yourself posted. As long as you're following my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, which will be in the description below, hopefully, you guys can follow me there. This has been a pretty good episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did doing that. I know I did when I did it. So, be awesome and stay awesome, guys.